Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at Ronin from the Marvel Legends Thanos Build-A-Figure wave, and that is the Endgame Thanos, the armored one, which is going to be incredible. Now, let me know how this video looks in comparison to some of my others, because I did wait to review this wave with my new lens. So my old lens is sitting right over here, ready to be used if I ever need it. But yeah, this is a more wide angle, so hopefully it works out well. So here we go then. This is the rest of the wave. This whole wave looks absolutely awesome, but that Build-A-Figure is 10 times better than the last Thanos that we got. So let's get this thing out of the box and take a closer look. And here we have Ronin out of the packaging, and this figure is a bit of a strange one. On one hand, it is absolutely incredible. It is really, really amazing figure. And on the other hand, it's like they could have done so much more with it. But so first up, let's just take a look at the accessories that it does come with, and then we'll reminisce about the accessories that it could have come with. And also, remember, there is actually a 2-pack. Well, I call it a 2-pack, but it's kind of like a 5-pack, because you get the two bodies, and then you also have the interchangeable heads that you can put on that figure, and that's in that kind of, I don't know what they're calling it, but that Avengers suit, those white suits. Well, that set comes with Clint Barton's head, so you can take that head and put it on this figure. It would have been nice for it to come with this figure, that you don't have to go and buy that pack if you want an unmasked Ronin, but then again, it's Hasbro, so there you go. They want you to buy their other product, and why wouldn't they? It's marketing, so there you go. So you can have an unmasked version. You just have to buy that set, take that head, and put it on this figure. Speaking of the heads, the first accessories that we'll look at are going to be just that, or what covers the head, shall we say. So here we have the kind of classic Ronin look, which looks really, really fantastic. This is actually molded, by the way. It's not just gold paint. It is actually molded onto that headpiece right there. As you can see, it just looks really, really good, and it kind of does look like Jeremy Renner under there, even though you can just see the eyes. So that is a really good head sculpt. Here we have the hood, which I really, really do like. You can see even texture on the inside as well as the out. And that gold there just looks great. You can see the seam lines of the hood and everything. It's flexible, and basically it just sits over the top of the head. And wherever you move the head, obviously the hood can move with it, and it looks seamless and looks great from every angle. This is honestly the perfect way they could have done a hood. Normally, a hood is fixed in place, and you have to just budge it with your thumb to move the head. But they knew they were coming out with the interchangeable head, of course, and they thought, hey, people are going to want to put it on this figure. So they gave us this head as well, which is really, really nice. Also, you have seen by now the shurikens being thrown by the left hand. You do get a standard left hand over here to grip the swords that it comes with, but also you get this really nice shuriken throwing hand. Some of that silver does spread onto the clear part there, but it's honestly not that much, and it looks really, really good. You can see on the inside, bit of a quality control issue, I guess. Obviously the gold doesn't cover all of that. It does look a little bit sloppy in there, but hey, you know, you've got this really nice molded piece and everything. It is going to be harder to paint inside there, so we'll let that slide. Now, the other two accessories that we get here, or three in a way, I guess. So first up, let's look at the swords. As you can see, they sit on the sheath. Now, the sheath is actually big enough to fit both of those swords, but we'll come back to that in a second, because that is that third other accessory that I was going to talk about. As you can see, the sword fits in the hand really, really well. We do have a bit of black showing through there. That is a bit of a shame. That's the longer sword. This is the shorter one. So you've got your kind of parry sword over here, which I guess if he was left-handed, you'd be holding the left hand, whatever. I don't know what hand he holds them in, but you might be thinking, hey, well, we got two swords and one sheath. What gives? Well, this I'm going to count as a third accessory, because what's really cool is, as you can see, we actually have the holes there and a peg that holds this thing on. And the fact that there's multiple holes means that you would be able to take this off of this figure, which has this kind of jacket over the top. This is actually clipped in itself, so I think you can take this jacket off. You can take this off and put it on another figure, but because most figures wouldn't have this thicker jacket thing on here, they might have a smaller body. Maybe if you want to put this on a Hawkeye figure or something, or put this on the Avengers looking outfit thing with his head on there, you can unpeg this, wrap it around that figure, and peg it on. And if it needs to be a little bit tighter, you've got those other holes there that you can peg it into. That is incredible. That is really, really amazing. And just repaint the gold on there or something, and you can give it to any other character. But nonetheless, here we have a sheath that looks like it can only hold one sword. And they may have designed it to only hold one sword, but you can put one in right there. Now, if you put it in a little bit, you can put the second one in just below it. If you want them in the same end, I mean, let me just take the other one out. That's a bit awkward. Right, so you can push both in just like that. And then that kind of sticks out awkwardly. It looks very awkward. It looks silly. You don't really want to do that. So let's say that you put the big one in right there, and it sticks out a little on the bottom. You can take the smaller one, and you can pop that in on the other side. And you can make this kind of design where, you know, he can grab it from either end. So he can grab one with one side, one with the other. So it's possible. It's not, it's a nice tight fit when you do it like that. But as you can see, it's nice and big. It's actually big enough that you can fit the whole entire hilt in it. So I think it was designed for two. I'm not sure how it's going to be in the movie, if he's going to have both on the same side or different sides, or maybe he's actually going to store one on his belt somewhere, or maybe the one sword, pulls apart into two, so actually he doesn't store two, he just stores the one. But either way, you have that option there. The smaller one obviously essentially gets completely covered by this sheath, but yeah, just that, like, it wiggles around in there. It's very loose, so I think it's definitely designed for the two. Or it's designed to put the whole thing in just like so, which kind of secures it a little bit more. So you can store both swords. I'm not sure exactly the right way. I guess we'll find out when we see the film. But you can actually store both of the swords, which is fantastic. Obviously, you can have this on or off, which is fantastic, and you can change out the hand for these, which is also great. But what would have been better, and what I say is what we could reminisce about, not just the head, but also down here on the leg, we actually have a really little dagger that's just molded in. You can't take that out of the sheath. I thought that we were past those days. We've been getting so many daggers with lots of figures recently. That really does suck. That is a blow. It would have been nice to have a proper dagger there. But look, yes, you don't get the dagger, but you do get two swords, you get the shurikens, and remember, if you buy that Avengers multi-pack for the head, it also comes with Hawkeye's bow. So you can give him the bow as well, so you can get even more weaponry on this guy. If you want him with a bow and a quiver, and, if you want him with the unmasked head, then just get that other set, and obviously maybe add to it with previous Hawkeye figures. Does it have a hole in the back? No, it doesn't. But I'm guessing maybe if you took this off, it might. I don't really want to, but as you can see, you can just unpeg it. Okay, you know what? I've already started doing it. So how does this guy look underneath? It's a pretty bland looking thing. Does he have a hole? Let me just look off camera here. Does he have a hole on the back? I don't think. Nope, there is no hole. There is no hole under there, so you can't attach a standard quiver to the guy. Now I gotta try and peg this thing back in. Oh, that was actually a lot easier than I thought. So yeah, you can take that off. That is pretty awesome that you can take both that off and that off. There's no gold detailing underneath, it's just black, but there is actually molded detail under there, which is pretty cool. As for the guy's articulation, the head can look up and down, left and right. The shoulders can come out and move all the way around. You have the rotation at the upper part of the arm, the double jointed elbow, rotation and hinge at the wrist. The annoying thing about the jacket is that you can't really utilize the ab crunch very much. It is there, but you can't really get it to click and stay. You can rotate the waist, however. The hips come out to the side, move forward and back a touch. We have rotation at the upper part of the thigh, we have double jointed knees, we have the feet that move up and down, and we have the ankle pivot. So overall, this guy looks amazing. The gold detail is really great. You have the silver on the zip. It would have been nice. There is a few other little bits and bobs all over him with like buckles and zips and stuff. It would have been nice if they were painted silver or gold as well. We do have a little bit of gold on the belt. We also do have a little bit of black right there. and also on the sword right there. So paint quality control could be a tiny bit better, but this thing is all brand new sculpting. You're getting that different accessory hand, which is really nice. The hood is fantastic. This means that they should be getting this kind of design done on a lot of other characters with hoods in the future. This is a fantastic figure, but it is definitely made better if you get that other Avengers multi-pack, which I will get at some point. I'll stop talking about it and I'll start reviewing it. And then I'll show the the Hawkeye bow and that unmasked head on this figure. It definitely is something that would improve this figure a lot and give it a lot more range for display. So yeah, I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job with this figure, and I 100% think that you should pick it up. And it is necessary for the Build-A-Figure, so if you want that Thanos, you have to buy this guy anyway. But thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. And if you want to see more from me, there's some links in the description below and some videos on the screen right now. For more Marvel Legends and the rest of this wave, go ahead and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.